Mogul Motivation, empowering and inspiring entrepreneurs and dream chasers worldwide, 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I'm your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. My freshman year at Western Illinois University, I stayed in Henninger Hall, the 10th floor. And on that floor, it was only two black guys, myself and William Bishop IV, or known to his family and friends as Ham Bishop. We had rooms right next door to each other, and we became friends almost immediately. This episode of Aspire Higher, I'm going to let Ham tell you about his entrepreneurial journey, where he came from, and what he aspires to be in the future. All right, so Ham Bishop, tell us, how did you get involved in the entrepreneurial world? When did you get that bug?
It was about 2013. I was on my third year of working at Memorial Medical Center. I had went back to school to get my master's in business administration. And after I got my master's, I kind of just, it was one of those things where it was like, I can't work for nobody no more. It's time for me to make my own route, and it's time for me to help people around me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Me staying where I was at. I mean, I could have retired from Memorial if I wanted to, you know, but I wasn't helping anybody but myself. You know, it was every 2-week paycheck. You know, I was buying stuff for myself. You know, I really wasn't expanding out and growing and helping people around me. I was getting into that you know, that rut, like that rut that everybody talks about, just life, that grown life type of thing, you know how everybody says they gotta go be an adult today. That's what I was doing, you know, and I just didn't feel like that was for me anymore. So 2014 rolled around. After I got my master's and everything, I told myself, man, it's time to start my business. And June 14th actually, 2014, I started Solid Ground Solutions Incorporated.
Wow.
And yeah, it's been rolling since. It's 2021. We're going on our this will be year 7, you know. We specialize in project management, construction demolition, post-construction cleaning, and other janitorial services. So, okay. I mean, it's rolling. At the height, one of my highest years would probably been last year. I probably had 33 people going at one point, you know. It's always been a goal of mine to employ 100. I feel like I know 100 people personally that if I could give them a job where they're making a decent wage, decent paycheck every week, every Friday, every 2 weeks, it'll help change their life and help change the lives of people around them. So, you know, that's what I'm trying to do.
And Solid Ground Solutions, so you said what you guys specialize in. What made you go that route? What made you go into that industry of all things? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of ways to make money. It's a lot of different industries entrepreneurs dive into every day. What was it about that basically allured you?
So I already had my bachelor's in construction management from when me and you was at Western. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you remember the English teacher Jenny Trias. We all had
Don't remember
her? It was a teacher, man. Her name was Jenny Trias. It was our freshman year, bro. And she was just like, what do you want to do in life? And I told her I wanted to start my own business. And she said, what business? I said, you know, I'm going to build stuff. You know, just being young and dumb and just, I'm going to build something, you know. And then she was like, well, you should write about building a construction business, you know. And I wrote about that. Then the next thing you know, I had the paper, and you know what I mean, I wrote the paper, and 4 years later, I had a construction management degree. It's crazy. It wasn't one of those things where it's just, this is what I want to do, this is what I came to school for. It was just like, it was like, you know, the universe aligned, honestly, bro.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. You know, that's what it sounds like, because, you know, you said that you could have retired at the job that you had, that you was working once you got out of college. But, you know, you just felt the need to not only just be your own boss, but to do more for the people, for the community. So, so you started your business, and it's kind of like a full circle moment, because when you was at Western Illinois University, your professor told you what type of business you should start. So it's kind of like, you know, it's events like that kind of let you know that, you know, nothing is random. You said you wanted to serve others and, you know, employ others. you're based in Springfield, Illinois, and for those of you out there who don't know, Springfield's the capital of Illinois. Um, and it appears that y'all have a very close community down there, right? Like, did
Yeah.
that play a huge part in like why you really wanted to, provide these job opportunities to others?
Uh, it did somewhat, but not for real. I mean, down here in Springfield, we're starting to get a little bit bigger, but it's one of those towns usually where everybody knows everybody. You don't
Right.
know one person that knows this person, and I mean, it's a direct line to just about everybody here in town. It's crazy. It's a unique place. It's a very unique place. But yeah, I mean, for me, it wasn't the town per se. Me knowing people that wanted me to start helping. It was just in me. I was just ready
Yeah.
to start helping. I get tired of hearing the same, man. We can't get jobs. We can't get into the union trades here in town. We can't get into construction. There's no black faces. I mean, it was just in me to be able to that I wanted to help. And I mean, one of the biggest drives about me wanting to be able to help, my brothers and my sisters and everybody was my dad. He was unemployed. He probably got laid off from the state, man, Twiz, when we was like 13 years old, bro.
Wow.
And I employ him now. And I'm the first job he's had since we were 13. See
That's
what I'm
beautiful.
saying? So,
That's
so
beautiful.
like, yeah, and he tells me all the time, like, man, I appreciate you so much. And, like I said, that's the first person I felt like I could help was him. And now I get him every Friday. He get a check from me too. You know what I'm saying? He does it. He works during the week. It adds value to his life and the things he's doing. And I see the difference in him. I see him smiling more and everything, So it makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel real good. It makes me feel good about the things I'm doing in the community,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just one story of it. I got 15 of those stories I could tell you about just people that just needed a chance, and I gave them the chance, and they're taking advantage of it, and they're helping, and it's helping their family. They're upgrading their life, and it's crazy to just sit there and watch it. Like, I got a lot of stuff that I'm doing and buying and doing and getting properties and stuff, but watching my employees and the people around me just upgrade their lives and knowing that they're coming to work and I'm helping them do that, it's amazing.
It sounds amazing. The fact that you're able to serve the community, be humble, and give others opportunities that can lift them up, so they can aspire higher. I can only imagine how amazing that feels to employ your own father. Someone like me, I never knew my father.
Okay.
Like I didn't meet my father till I was in high school. He was in jail most of my life, so I can just only imagine like just that embrace, just that sheer pride, like not pride in a negative way, but in a great way that you can, you saw your father at his low point and now you're in position to lift him back up. You know what I'm saying? That's just a beautiful feeling. You mentioned your business has acquired property. Recently, your company acquired a strip mall. Tell us about that and how that came about.
All right, so it's a strip mall over on the east side of town. It's 806 through 822 South 11th Street. It was probably built in the early 2000s. It was probably built by like 2001, 2002 by a basketball player from Springfield named Kevin Gamble. He built a bunch of properties around here, and he was helping the community out a ton. I mean, he built like housing developments, nice ones on the east side of town, right in the middle of the hood, bunch of business developments. He built the strip mall as well. Well, the strip mall, it kind of sat empty for a while. It had a few businesses in it for a second, then it sat empty for a while. And then, I mean, like maybe the last 5-6 years, it only had that bank in it on the end, PNC Bank in it on the end, And
Okay.
Kev, he was a good friend of my dad's, and a good friend of the family. And me and him got to talking about it, and he gave me a deal that I couldn't pass up. So, I went on ahead and ended up buying the strip mall. I would say that was back in September. It has 6 units in it. We call it Plaza 5. That's the name of that actual strip mall. I named it after my son. He's William Bishop V. So I call it Plaza 5. As of today,
Yeah.
when we brought it back in September, it had one business in it, which was just the bank. As of today, we have 5 businesses in it. We have Lots of Style Barbershop, owned by Corey Lott. We have the venue. We have the venue at 812, that's owned by Sheila Dean. We have my business in it, Solid Ground Solutions Incorporated. We have the bank, PNC. And then we also have the X Factor Fitness Zone, which is a group fitness. That's another one of my businesses. I decided to keep one for myself, another spot for myself there, just to kind of, I want to pump some life back into that corner. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the thing I like about it is all those businesses I just told you about are all minority owned, except the bank. But with the bank
Mm-hmm.
being the branch manager, she's a black woman. You know what I mean? All the workers in there are minor. I mean, are people of color. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
pretty dope. It's pretty dope. And
It is.
yeah, I've been talking to people and man, this set empty for X amount of years. I'm so proud of you for pumping back life into it. And I mean, with this one, I'm proud of myself. it's still surreal, and I'm kind of like in awe, like, damn, we really doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You in it. You in it. You in it now. You in it at this point. And
yeah,
it's like God paved the way for you because you said that the previous owner knew your father, right? And now here you are starting your business. You're doing the great things you're doing, and boom, that network just came through for you. Again, it's like one of those full circle moments that was already in place, and none of us can see it until it happens.
exactly.
Until we really like dig deep and like, oh wow, like this is right here in my hands. And not saying that what's his name, Kevin Gamble, not saying that he thought it was trash, but one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? So
Exactly.
he probably didn't have the vision for it that you had clearly, and that's no shade at all. I'm just saying you had the vision for that lot, and therefore you had the opportunity and the network to acquire it. That's amazing. What other things are you doing in the city of Springfield? Tell us about the other programs that you have going on right now as well.
All right, so like I love my company, I love the strip mall, I love all that, but like one of the biggest things that I've done in this last year, besides having my son, man, is start the Solid Ground Solutions minority pre-apprenticeship program. So what this program is we take minorities from the east side of town, all right? We take them to each individual trade union. We introduce them to the business managers, the training directors, and a company for each individual union. There's 11 unions in here in town. That's like, the carpenters union, operators, the electricians, plumbers, the teamsters, the laborers. It's a long list of them, man, of all 11 of them. But basically what we do is we take these guys to each individual union and we introduce them. And then at the end of the 11 weeks, they apply for a union, the union of
Okay.
their choice. And we get them into that union, and then we get them partnered. We get them teamed up with a company, and then they got the job. As of right now, we went through our first cohort. We have 3 brothers from the east side that are going to be carpenters. We have 2 laborers. We have 1 electrician, 1 operator, and 1 plumber. Yep, that's 8. Yep, we got, and that's what we got going in. And I mean, they'll be in the trades here within the next 2 months or so. And I mean, they're going to be making anywhere from the lowest person will probably be making $30 an hour. The highest paid person will be making like $47 an hour. And I mean, it's a beautiful program. I partnered with O'Shea Builders on it. I mean, they made a lot of it possible, man. I mean, a ton of it possible. I can't say how much I thank them and commend them for helping me out with this program. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those things like the way they opened their arms and doors for us for this program was just amazing. I mean, they let us use their contacts and everything to make this thing work. So, I mean, it's pretty dope. I know up in Chicago, it's a large construction industry. You guys got a lot of brothers in the trade unions and everything there. But down here in Springfield, man, not so much, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was a project manager at Memorial there before I started my business, and I might see a black guy on a construction site like once every 4 5 months. It was crazy,
Yeah.
and then what 2 months I just got 8 people into the trades, 8 brothers into the trades. It's dope, man. It's dope for real.
Yeah, that's dope. The reality is, in black communities, trades really aren't introduced to us like that. It's
At
still
all.
very rare. It's still very rare, and just far. I remember the high school I graduated from was, I would say, mostly white. We had a nice amount of black students, but it was mostly white. And a friend of mine, we was talking before, and a lot of them white boys that graduated instantly went into the unions, instantly went into the trades because they friends' dads was in there. They friends' dad was the vice president, or this and that. Meanwhile, we ain't had none of that. And like
Exactly.
honestly, I never had any interest in trades like that. But the reality is, it would just be nice to have that option, or to
Yeah.
know about that option, and we didn't know. So what you're doing right now, you're shedding light on a whole nother league of opportunities and careers that black kids would never know about in most
Exactly.
cases.
Exactly. And like you said, they never told us about it. So could you imagine that when we were 18 and we was on our way to Western, it was other kids, the white kids, they were on their way to those trade unions. By the time me and you was graduating and we had debt and everything, at 22, 23, they was already making damn near $60,000, $70,000 a year with no debt. And they had a
Yep.
trade where they could go start their own business. So I mean,
Yep.
it's unreal to sit there
Yep.
and imagine that. Like, damn, I could have been, all the stuff I could have accomplished in those 3 4 years of when I went to
Yep.
school. I don't sit here and say I think me and you we did a good job by going to school, but it's just like school's not for everybody.
It's not
Faces
for
change
everybody.
every year. Faces changed every year while we was at Western, man. And
Yes.
it, you know how it go. We made it through, but like I said, like you said, it's dope presenting that opportunities these kids that are coming out of high school that never would have known about the trade unions. Now they get to see like, oh man, I could do this. I don't need to go to school. I really don't want to go to school. I can learn how to
Exactly.
use my hands.
Exactly. And it's just and it's just shedding light on, just you can be successful and you can have the life you want, and it doesn't have to be sexy. We live in a world where entrepreneurship is sexy, right? You got to be you just got to have a sexy type of career. You got to be in fashion, you got to be in media, and that's no shade because I'm in media, right? But that's not for everybody. You can be a plumber and still have all those nice things. You can still have the big house, the nice car. You could be a carpenter. You can be all of these things. You could be an electrician and still have those lifestyles, right? But social media has distorted what entrepreneurship really is, which is dedication, hard work. I don't want to sound cliche, but it is. That's what entrepreneurship really is. It's not all about the glitz and glamour. It's not all about just looking sexy and taking nice photo ops with cool captions. But that's what
Yep.
social media has made us think. And when you think about trades, when you think about all of these careers that we're talking about, sexy really isn't a synonym for them, you know. But once these kids realize, oh, I can still be successful. I might not make it in basketball, I might not make it in football, I might not make it doing this, but I can still do this. I can still make something of myself. And truth be told, when you have a trade like that, you ain't never gonna go broke.
Exactly.
You ain't never gonna go broke when you're doing something like that. We looked at COVID, man. We saw so many businesses go under, a lot of them black businesses, right? And you know, but some of those industries that ain't failing are a lot of these trade industries, because people still need plumbers, people
Yeah.
still need electricians. The real estate market is still going strong. Plumbers, electricians, carpenters are all tied to real estate. They're all tied to home improvement. You ain't never gonna go broke if you know how to use your hands. Never.
Exactly, exactly. And that's what I tell the kids all the time. They always ask me like, man, how you do this? How you do that? I said, man, I built what I got going right now. Everything you see with a mop bucket and a hammer, man. It wasn't no get rich quick on Instagram, follow me, and none of
Yeah.
that, man. It's all hard work, and I mean, all that stuff you just said, man, you hit it right on the head. Like, don't nobody want to work hard for this. Like, that every time, like, people see the glitz and glam of, oh, you bought this building, oh, you made this program, but they don't see the, I'm up every day at 4 a.m. I'm up on my computer every day at 4 a.m. putting schedules together. I got to get my workout done before the family wake up. You know what I'm saying? I got to do this. I got to
Yeah.
work late tonight. I only get to sleep 4 hours tonight. And I mean, it's a grind for a year and a half straight. I haven't left Springfield. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had any vacation time, nothing, you know, but
Yeah.
I'm putting my all into this because I know what it can be. You know, I
Yeah.
know
You
what it
got that
can be
vision.
in 10. Yeah, I know what it can be in 10, 15 years. You know, it's not about right now. It's not about being able to go take a Instagram pic in Miami right now. I'll be able to do it when it's time to do it, you know. I'd rather work hard right now and relax later than try to relax, kick it right now, and work hard the rest of my life. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? You know, and like you said, man, it's just don't nobody want to work hard no more. You know, I hire some young kids every now and then, and I got a few of them that are good, but I have ran through some of them because they call off a lot. They
Yeah.
they don't take it serious. You know, I mean, giving you a great paycheck. You know, and then they don't take it serious. They get fired or something. I have to let them go, and
Now
then I
you the
always
bad
be,
guy.
no, I ain't the bad guy. They be like, okay, it's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and do something else.
Hmm.
But then I get that text a month later, like, hey man, I'm sorry. I'll take it serious this time. Can you hire me back? Can you? No, it's somebody next up. You know what I mean? I gotta give somebody else a turn.
Yeah.
Then I'm the bad guy. You know,
Yeah.
but they take it for granted. You know, and it's crazy to think about it like this, but like we at that age now. You remember when the old heads used to tell us, "Man, I did all of
Yep.
this. I been did all of
Yep.
this. you,
Yep.
you can't you can't trick me." That's how I'm looking. I'm like, man, you
Yep.
so stupid. I'm sitting here watching you. I did all of this already, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's crazy, you know, and it's tough love that a lot of them I think need, you know, and it's a lot of tough love that our youth need, man.
Yeah, it's
Like,
necessary. It's necessary because
yeah.
God willing, most of them will take this lesson and learn from it. So later down the road, they won't blow the next opportunity that come their way. So everything happens for a reason. It's for the best for your company. It's for the best for you. It's for the best for them. That's just how the dice roll. You mentioned earlier that you want to eventually employ 100 people. Tell us, what else do you see in the future for Solid Ground Solutions? For everything else that you got going on. Where do you see everything going, and you can sit back and say, "I did it. I made it."
I'm gonna be the biggest general contractor in the state of Illinois.
Okay.
You know, that's where I'm going. Like, that's where I'm going, and that's surpassing that 100. I want to be up there with the Turners and the O'Shea Constructions and the Boa Constructions. Those companies. I want to be that company when you riding up there on that expressway. You see my sign. We got a $300 million contract for doing the roads on the interstates up by around Chicago and what is it, the tollway and all that type of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Building the skyscrapers downtown Chicago, downtown St. Louis. You know, like that's where I'm going. I want to go fully global with it. I feel like I got a good grasp on Central Illinois, but I see myself 10 years being a full general. I mean, I want to be able to do it all. And that's where I'm going with it. I'm trying to grow my company and grow the people around me to put them in position to where we all could get that big. I wouldn't, like the guys I have right now that are my supervisors, I want to take them up and I want them to be members on the board. In 10, 15 years, I want y'all to have board. I want them to have board seats where they come to work, and vote on yay, nay, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and we go to the golf course or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's where
Yeah.
I want to be.
Yeah.
It's crazy that the companies that I work with right now, those companies that are that big, how much you call these the top CEOs and the top execs and the top directors in those companies, and they're in the office every now and then. You know what I mean? It's because they already put that work down and they're in a position to do that type of thing, and that's where I want to position myself. When I'm 50, when I'm 45, 50 years old, I don't want to be having to swing a hammer every day and get still. So that's why I'm doing it right now.
What would you say was your central motivation for all of this? So when you first left your corporate America job, you said, or it was corporate America, but when you first left your job, you know, your motivation was simply you ain't want to make all this money for somebody else. You want to, do things your way and help people, right? Would you say that's your central motivation for everything, or did it morph? Did it evolve? Obviously you have a son now. Like, what's your biggest motivation to where you just can't fail now? Like, failure is not an option whatsoever.
I got so many people depending on me now. So many people looking at me, looking at me for a way, looking at me for a chance, looking at me as motivation. It's just changed to where it's just I gotta go. Like you said, I can't fail. I gotta go for it. I gotta keep pushing forward, man. It's no stopping right now. Like I just got so many people that depend on me, and I gotta feed them. I gotta make this table. Everybody pulling up to the table getting bigger. But I'm continuing. God willing, He helping me right now, and He keep making it able for me to provide. And as the table gets bigger, I'm adding more food on it. Table gets bigger again, I add another dish here. You know what I'm saying? There's no empty dishes on the table. Everything's full. And like I tell my people all the time, if you know me, if you got my phone number, if you could talk to me, and if you aren't working or laying around broke or, not doing something productive, that's your fault. Because you could call me and I'm gonna put you in play right where you need to be in play. It's up to you. I'll let you. I got enough work to where if you could work till you die. Work all day, all night, or you could say, hold on, that's too much. But I'm gonna put it there. If you want to eat, go ahead, keep eating. Let's eat. And that's just the honest truth.
It was a pleasure speaking with you today, Ham. Like, real talk. I've seen your growth, over the past decade. And, the sky's the limit. Well, actually, the sky's not the limit. The stars is the limit, truthfully. We can just keep aspiring higher and keep rising, continue to ascend, and you're going to get there. I see it. I've been seeing it.
We going to get there, bro. You know where we came from, man. We started this thing together in college, bro. Freshman year, first day. We started this shit together, so we both gonna get there. I've been watching you grow. The same way you've been watching me, I watch you. You motivate me the same damn way. Like,
appreciate it, bro. That's how I gotta be.
For real. Like, I to be honest, I duck and dodge different interviews and stuff like this. It's a lot of people that want to do this type of stuff with me, and I don't like doing it too often. But for you, anytime. Anything you need. That's why when you told me what was up, come on, I gotta come to Chicago, where I need to be. I got you.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do an in-person one too. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
Man, you my brother, man, for sure.
I appreciate it, man. Likewise, man. Hand 10. Hand 10 where it all began. We gonna get there, man.
That.
We gotta keep keep motivating each other and keep it reciprocating. So, again, I appreciate it, bro, and salute. If this episode has benefited you in any way, shape, or form, I ask for two things as always. One, leave a 5-star review. And number two, pass it on to a friend who may benefit from it as well. A new episode of Mogul Motivation will be out this Wednesday.